recycling guy.
Okay.
We can take them over there and stack them.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the Goshen Township Trustee meeting, September 9th, 2013. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, we're going way back. Yeah, what did you give us? Yeah, you better get back in the field, Abe. Yeah, trustee meeting October 14th, 2013. Please be sure to sign and check the box if you'd like to speak. Now we'll start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call vote, Mr. McCracken,
Yes.
Mr. Beeson,
Yes.
and Mr. Heineman.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills as presented.
I'll second.
Roll call vote, Mr. Beeson,
Yes.
Mr. Heineman.
Yes.
Mr. McCracken.
Yes.
Just a note on the bills, why they're so high, we bought a truck today, we made the first payment, which was about $26,000. We also give the fire department $50,000, so that jacks the numbers up for the month quite a bit. So you guys need to sign that one. The September 2013 bank statement is in balance. I need you guys to initial the balance sheets on the statements.
We'll spend that interest all in one place.
Yeah.
You have anything else, Tom?
Star Ohio did say that I think they're paying .02 now.
Oh, boy. We're gonna get rich.
Yeah. No, that's it.
That's right. Okay. Okay, Jim?
September totals, we used 197 gallons of fuel, put 754 miles on the trucks. Update on the new truck is, they're working on it. They had a hold up on the hydraulics. They're still waiting on the hydraulic system. Hopefully they get that soon. And the only other thing I got is, last week I come in here and Bob was meeting with the insurance guy, and I don't know if Bob filled you in on the amount of extra paperwork that the insurance company requires, but it's probably a lot of playground inspections and a lot of truck inspections, equipment inspections, and it added probably another half a day's worth of paperwork a week, just of stupid stuff that the insurance company wants. So, just so you're aware of it.
Yeah, I guess since you're bringing that up, that was on the agenda, we might as well just discuss it. Was paperwork, inspections is weekly on everything on the playground now. Big thing was, we have to dig out the mulch beds around everything. What'd she say, 9 inches?
9 inches.
9 inches thick on all the mulch now, under all the equipment to be up to standards. And some major things, and Jim and Tom and I, we sort of discussed, and wanted to bring it up to you guys to think about. We don't have to decide tonight, but we want to keep the playground. When ball teams were here, that's when it mostly gets used. Other than that, it doesn't get used that much. Or we don't have to worry about it till spring.
My thoughts were too. I mean, the Routans have the one up at the tractor pulling park. If they could utilize some of the equipment, we could just donate it to them. But not just the continual inspections is going to be an upkeep and cost us, but the mulch keep them painted, new chains, swings. I mean, there's a lot of small details that's gonna add up for nobody using them. So, I mean, not just that, she said, but I mean, she added a ton of extra stuff as far as keeping all kinds of records for 7 years on stuff that they've had insurance issues in court with, so they want us to be prepared now.
Yeah, I mean, just like on your trucks and the grader, the tractor and everything, we have to do the inspection forms on them and everything now, which we haven't been doing. And those have to be kept for 7 years. And just a multitude of things that she threw into your
Yeah,
lap
there's a
to
whole
do.
page of stuff she added.
So, yeah, it's just something I think we need to think about. We want to keep the playground and put the money and time into it or whatever. It's not going to change our insurance at all, it's under umbrella policy, so it's not like we're going to save dollars that way.
But the problem with everything is, she said, was not so much insurance wants it, the state auditor's gonna ask for all this stuff now, and we can be fined if we can't produce the records from the state, so.
Right. Okay. Okay, and you had fire report, Tom?
Yeah, John's not here tonight, but they had 8 fire runs in September, 34 EMS calls, 15 in Goshen, 10 in Butler, 3 in Knox, and 6 others.
Paul?
Last month at our Customer Appreciation Day, tire drive and electronics drive, we netted 693 tires, 2,145 pounds of electronics, which is a huge increase over last year. Of course, last year was our first year, so I look for that one to increase each year now, probably. The tires, on the other hand, probably, hopefully go down. And I did put up a sign at the mobile park, encouraging people to call the green team. I mean, I suppose it's akin to beating a dead horse, but I thought at the same time, there's enough people in that trailer park to make a difference if they get on the phone and call. At least the people in Youngstown would know there's somebody out here in this part of the county that cares about recycling, you know. And I had a long discussion with Lou, but of course, you know, again, he said, he keeps coming back to the policy committee that makes these decisions. I don't know what kind of influence we could ever have on that committee.
It's hard to, I've been to so many of the
Well,
meetings.
you got the 3 commissioners, the county commissioners. You got the president of the Trustees Association as a member, trustee from Austin Town, the mayor of Youngstown, and several others that I can't, well, there's a couple independent citizens who are doctors. I know one of them, but again, you know, how do you compete, how do you voice an opinion and make it count when you get into a situation with people like that? I don't know. I would like to have some answers on that. They keep telling me you know, we're the only township that has 3 recycling sites in Mahoney County. We're the only township. And I said, so what? We're filling the bins. What more can we do?
Did Lou happen to mention anything to you about it? I had a long discussion with him, and it ended with if we would monitor that bin and do it on a call basis, that he would leave it there. And then he was supposed to take it to the policy board, and from what I heard, he never did. Did he mention anything to you about that?
No.
Okay.
He just told me that out of 40 bins, it's number 36.
Yeah.
But I don't know from what, you know, where did he start them numbers? Because I know, I check that bin every Wednesday. And if it's not been pulled on Tuesday, when I get there on Wednesday, it's bulging.
Yeah.
You can't put no more in it, so
And,
it's serving a purpose.
right.
But, I mean, it's gonna go.
Yeah.
They've already made that decision, there's nothing we can do except voice an opinion. And, well, I put that sign up the next day, I got a call from the green team.
Yeah, they've been getting calls from people, because I got a call from 2 over there, and I guess they're keeping that tally.
Yeah, they're gonna keep track of how many people are calling.
Right.
That's the thing. But, anyway,
Did he give you a time when they were gonna pull it yet or not? That's what I couldn't get out of him
no,
either.
I don't know. You ever get down that way in?
Well, I've talked about it, it's a shame that that's happening to us, because we're gonna lose everything there. Them people are not gonna come over here, they're gonna sail anymore.
Oh, I know that. I know that. There might be 2 or 3 people come over,
Yeah,
but for the most part, all that stuff's gonna go in the trash now.
yes, right.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to Kim about it, Paul, at your appreciation day, and, you know, she's telling me, you know, advise your trustees that, you know, call up there and let them know what's going on, you know.
Well, I think you all know down there how I stand on it, because I put in my best foot I could. I told them what, you know, everything I could as far as why I think I should remain open, but, you know, it's not gonna happen.
That was their whole thing, was to expand, expand, expand to get more recycling, which we did. Now they want to delete it. It's just,
Well, it don't really have anything to do with us, but a question that comes to my mind right away is if there's a $500,000 deficit in a budget, shouldn't somebody be responsible for that? And I don't hear any talk about it. Maybe they shouldn't be, but it's the reason if there's something like that going on, why isn't it investigated?
seemed like everybody knew what happened, but they're just moving on and not worried about it. Steve?
Okay, for the month of September, we had 484 events. Nothing really too massive. The burglaries are down, so that's good. We also, at the last OVI task force meeting, spoke with Bob about it. We again agreed for another year with the task force, which is being hosted again by Canfield, same as it was before. I got a couple applicants here. One would be Eric Bonilla. Eric worked for us for several years, did a good job, left us and realized how good it is to work out here. He wants to come back part-time. I'm asking the trustees to approve hiring Eric Bonilla back as part-time. He would start as, beginning part-time wages.
I'll make a motion that upon Steve's recommendation that we hire Eric Bonilla back as a part-time officer.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call vote, Mr. Heineman,
Yes.
Mr. McGrath,
Yes.
Mr. Beasley.
Yes. Okay, I have Sherry Jarvis. She works right now for Newton Falls. She wants to work as a reserve officer out here, so she's got a lot of credentials, a lot of training. I feel she would be good for our reserve program, and I'm asking the trustees to approve hiring Sherry as a reserve.
Make a motion, we hire Sherry upon the chief's recommendation.
I'll second it.
Roll call vote, Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Heineman.
Yes.
I just wanted to tell the Damascus Garden Club they come down and maintaining a flower bed. And I just wanted to let them know that they've done a nice job. And see if they can give us a little dig a hole this big, they come down with a little shovel, but it was 34 years, so, they had a good time, and it's turned out real nice, and stuff, so I just wanted to tell them, got a little recognition for it, so they make it.
There's a lot around.
Yeah, they've done a nice job down there, and I just talked to them last night, and I thought it'd be a good time to just give them a little recognition,
Yeah.
so.
Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.
Last week, one day Jim and I went to a Mahone County meeting, sat in with several of the county people and several state people, and trying to reassure us that they're wanting to work together on this winter project, we'll call it, as far as keeping everybody in salt. And I don't know the state will the way they get it, but they'll run the load. Something would happen, we should be able to get salt. There happen to be bad and our load don't get in when Jim thinks it should, yeah. And that would seem like a very positive thing. And also the sign is corrected now over to Bricker Park. Have you looked at it?
Yeah, it turned out real good, Roger. No,
Yeah.
that's fine.
And I just went ahead and paid the man. I figure over the years what all the Bricker family has done for me, I could do that for them. So it was taken care of, and I thought it looked good. I called Raymond, told him it was done. He was the one that
Yeah.
was upset, we'll call it. And I want to thank Abe for going with me he couldn't get all the family members straight first time either. I think we got them all straight and in order. Are they in order now, Abe?
Yeah, it's definitely right.
Okay. So, but other than that, that's all I have.
Todd?
I just want to thank Paul for the good job that he did over at the Customer Appreciation Day and the entire recycling drive. I thought everything went very well. And I was surprised the amount of tires we had this year. We had quite a bit more than we did last year. I just want you to know, Paul, I think you did a good job and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Paul. It was a wonderful job, so. That's all. Okay, you got the documents for the.
Oh, I got a couple of things to sign. I've been talking with the bank. Of course, they were closed today when I really needed to ask them the final questions, but there's all this stuff here to sign. They want you to, wherever it says initial, be sure to initial. Down here at the bottom, Todd, they squeezed you in, so when you sign small all of it. All this needs signed, and later on, Hilda will be here to notarize everything for us and things that we need done, so.
Okay. We'll just go through it and sign here after the meeting.
Yeah.
Is that okay? We'd already
That's
approved
fine.
it, so.
Sure, I would like you to sign one thing for Tom.
Okay.
That's the fire department's money, 50 grand, in case he wants to leave and go down.
Okay, we're a little bit early on doing health insurance renewal, but with this Obamacare and everything that's coming out here as of October 1st, there's been a lot of discrepancy and changes, and Tom and I went in, Morris put on a roundtable meeting at their, not roundtable, but sort of explain where they could to us, and we do have the option of renewing December 1st, which is a month early on our health insurance renewal, but we're guaranteed a rate decrease of our current package at a minus 2.1% decrease. So if we would wait and go with the new exchange rates, it could be any place from an 8% decrease to a 2% increase, but there was a lot of other limitations going to be put into that package also. Their suggestion was, and my feeling was, is to go stay with the existing package through next year, able to get some of the other stuff ironed out in the meantime, to where we all understand what it is. Because right now, going through the meeting, I don't understand it yet. I don't know if you do or not. And it changes weekly or daily, so I don't know if you guys have any discussion. I would like to make a motion that we renew our Anthem health insurance package starting December 1st, 2013, with the minus, or the 2.1 decrease in premium.
I'll second the motion. I think we should do it because if we wait, if it does go up, we could save a little bit if it goes the other way.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I'd rather do it now than we save a little bit.
Yeah, and talking to some others, I actually talked to Judy from Jackson this evening, and they're gonna hold off on theirs, because theirs, if they stayed with it, they were gonna get an increase of about 6%. So they feel they're gonna be safe. We're getting any type of a decrease. I felt, I was scared of what I've heard around that we were gonna get a major increase, so I think we're good to, that way we know going into the next year budget year what we're doing, where we're at. Should be pretty good, so.
They're also saying that the insurance companies don't know how it's gonna run. I don't think the government knows how it's gonna run, and they think that if we keep on the plan we know for 1 year, it'll give them time to, everybody time to kind of figure out how it's supposed to work and make it easier, hopefully in a year. Okay, roll call vote, Mr. McCracken.
Yes.
Mr. Heineman.
Yes.
Mr. Beasley.
Yes.
This is the paperwork we have to fill out and sign, so get back to her. Okay, I know Jim and Tom and different ones have talked on this. This is something that we've been looking at, Bunker Hill Cemetery. The lots are basically all sold up there now, and they look at thinking of maybe possibly expanding or doing something with the cremation garden we've talked about in the back there, which might alleviate selling some big lots through different ways. But I think we need to start looking at doing something and see what your guys' thoughts
We need to
are.
start exploring our options, because it's either that or they're just, when the lots are gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
So it's better to start now and see what we can come up with.
What do we have left up there? You have any idea, Jim? Or
About a dozen or so, 20 maybe tops.
yeah, it was getting down, so yeah.
Do you have any idea how many of them would be double graves, Jim, for like, we'll say husband and wife? Because I know there is some singles sold here and there.
Probably about a dozen. Probably about a dozen. I just checked the other day actually had a call on some.
Okay.
There's not too many singles left. We tried to fill some of them up the last couple of years.
I'd be in favor of trying to see what we can come up with, because even if we would be able to acquire more ground, you're looking at some time by the time you get drainage and get water off.
Right.
So I think we need to explore our options.
Okay. And maybe you guys can sort of look into that since you work in cemeteries and,
Jim also had a question about cemetery.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty-
I was approached last week. Somebody was interested in buying some graves. We're wondering if we had any regulations on paying for the opening and closing of a grave ahead of time.
I'm not in favor of that. I think that should be at the time interment's made. Just because, you know, if costs increase,
Because there's nothing in the rules and regulations on it. Okay.
I mean, I don't, generally your opening and closing is always paid at the time of interment.
Usually. But they were just curious. They wanted to get everything out of the way. So, said I'd check and let them know.
probably something we should think about, put into the regulations so it never comes up again.
Well, yeah, and there's more people doing the pre-need thing,
Right, yeah.
and the only,
The opening and closing is usually one of the cheapest things associated with the funeral.
right, and it's, if they buy it today and opening and closing will save $500 and they live 20 years from now, you're still gonna have to do it for $500.
Right, right.
That, I can see could be, I suppose where they're,
Plus, it's hard to pay for it's hard to pay the opening and closing now because we have different fees for during the weekend on the weekend. And at the time interment's made, you know, the family's the one that makes the decision whether they're gonna do it.
Yeah, I explained that to them and they just were curious, so.
and there's been some people that changed their mind from full interment to cremation too, so
Right.
you could have a difference there.
Right, the only other thing I have is, I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss road department part-time personnel. Jim and Tom and the three of us.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call vote, Mr. Beeson,
Yes.
Mr. Heineman,
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Give that check.
It's right there, Tom.
Tom, you want that check now? It's up
I
there.
don't know, you gonna be back here as well, or what? You gonna?
We'll be back before midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When the clock strikes 12 up there.
Right.